morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Wednesday, November 13th, 2024. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. We have CPI and core CPI data out, coming in line with expectations and seeing an early pop on that release of data. Price rallying about 20-25 points from about the 60.01 60.02 zone to about 60.25 right now, and still inside the narrow range here that's developed over the last 4 days. So we've had kind of a holding pattern since the big rally here Tuesday, Wednesday. You have a narrow 4-day range that's developing here. If you add a day over, you've got 5-day narrow range and compressing at the highs as of right now. The early idea here heading into today's session was to watch the edges of Tuesday's range. That could provide a failed new low opportunity back up, or perhaps a failed new high opportunity back down for an opportunity to fade the edges until proven otherwise. As of right now, we are making our way toward the previous session's high, and any push beyond that high and a rejection of prices above that high could provide a fade back into the range down below, as this market continues to stay mostly range bound with an upward bias as of right now. We do have additional inflation data out later on this week, including core PPI and PPI tomorrow, initial jobless claims Thursday as well, and Fed Chair Powell speaks 2 p.m. Central Time Thursday afternoon. So a bit more volatility could be down the way here. As of right now, driving to the upside in the near term right now, but staying likely within the 4-day developing range. So theoretically, we could rally as high as 60.53 here. We got yesterday's lows, and we can be anywhere in this zone right here. On a high range basis for today, we could be looking at somewhere along the lines of 70 points if this thing gets going today. Right now, we're at about 37 points. That's 51% of ADR. So we'll see if we can increase that price range here later today, but staying mostly within the developing compression, which could provide some decent expansion opportunities down the road. If we look at the NQ here, the NQ very similar, very quiet price action in terms of the range that's developed over the last 4 days. On the release of the data here, we have rallied to the tune of about 100 points from the time of the release of the data. We're now pushing up toward the previous session's high price. The previous session's high is 251s. We're at 241 right now, and again could be looking at a fading of the edges until proven otherwise. So if price pushes up through this high, any failure could bring us back into the range. Overall, we still have a development here of the 4-day compression here, and that could continue to persist here throughout the rest of the session, and an expansion opportunity could develop here later on in the week. So continue to watch the overall development of the 4-day range, as it could provide a nice breakout opportunity up ahead. Still an upward bias overall for this market. If we take a look here at crude oil, crude right now, a little bit of a bounce back day, inside day, has had quite a bit of selling pressure since the Fed came out last week. You have your Thursday Fed number right here, 72.60, and prices have dropped away from it. We've talked about the 72.40 resistance level, and price just can't find a way to stay above that level. But at the same time, this market has not been keen on breaking through 68s and even approaching 66 or 64. Those are the lower major support levels. 66.34 is a key range low. You got 64 as a major support level, and the previous year's low is just below 64s here. This is a major area of support. We could still be looking at a continuation into that zone down below, but as I mentioned before, if we do hit 64s, it could provide a tremendous bounce opportunity, perhaps back as high as 72. So right now, still in a downtrend overall. Kind of a rest after battle here type of pattern here. 2-day compression at the lows after a drop, and that could build up more fuel for expansion up ahead. So continue to watch the 2-day range for a potential breakout opportunity. Looking at gold futures, this one slid in the past couple of days here and got very, very close to the 25.94.40 FOMC key level. That's a naked level here from September 18th. Nearly got there. We did get the 2600 level here. Heavy selling pressure from the recent pivot high there. 2800 back to 2600. That's a 200-point pullback. That's perhaps the widest pullback we've seen since we've had this big time rally. That is the biggest pullback of the year. Back over here we got maybe 180 points or so on a pullback. Eventually that led to a range bound price action and a continuation up. This right here has been heavy to the downside. No signs of a strong low just yet, and we could continue to see downtrending price action until a strong low develops. So any pullback could still be a selling opportunity until proven otherwise. Alright, taking a look at the YM. The YM here has been a bit more bullish overall than the broader market here, continuing higher. Yesterday was a little bit of a pullback day. 5-day compression at these highs. So again, if we mark this as a 5-day range, right there, you'll see the compression here, 51% of ADR, less than 825 points, and this could provide the next breakout opportunity. We still have an upward bias, but perhaps we're at a cycle high within the channeling price action here, and we could see that 5-day range break to the downside, a defense, and then a continuation to the upside. We'll see how much pullback we get, but overall the expectation is for a strong finish into the end of Q4. So right now, compression here, a little bit of a failed new low developing, so we do have a failed low, thrust reversal pattern here that could lead to a short-term rotation back to the previous session's midpoint from an intraday perspective. Looking at Bitcoin now, Bitcoin here has been very, very strong. It continues to show strength here. This thing is over 90,000 as of right now. Remains very bullish. Yesterday it did develop a decent intraday strong high and pulled back, but by the end of the day closed and finished above the day's midpoint. Great strong impulse rally here, but no pullback to a midpoint in sight as of right now. But despite that, we still have a great impulse move. We still have the potential to see quite a bit more upside, not only into our 92,285 target up above, which could theoretically be hit today, but well beyond the 100K level as well. So still in a very strong uptrending market here. Not likely to fade this strength right now, but if we did see a pullback, that could provide a tremendous buying opportunity for a continuation ahead. Even a pullback as deep as say 74 to 76, somewhere in that zone, could still be a great buying opportunity for some long-term strength ahead. Looking at ETH down about 2% right now. This one trying to recover the previous session's low as of right now. Nice uptrending move here. A very quick pass from 2800 to 34. That's something we talked about could be in play. Kept mentioning how much energy was built up in this range and how we could explode to 3400 and 4000 up ahead. And there's also targets pointing us now to 4600. So any pullback could still be a buying opportunity. Even a pullback as deep as say 2900 to 3000, that could still be a great buying opportunity for a continuation ahead. So right now, a little bit of a pullback, recovering the previous session's low. There could be a rotation back toward the previous session's midpoint on an intraday basis. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.